On this week's episode of Ask Ethan, we are going to give you 3 reasons why we're currently not in a housing bubble. So you may be wondering, with the way prices are increasing, if we are going into another bubble again, or if we're currently in the bubble state of the housing market. Well, we're going to give you 3 reasons on why we believe and why experts believe that is not the case. Number 1, supply is super low. If you look back to the years 2006 to 2008, when we were leading into that bubble, the month supply of inventory was about 5 to 7, went up to about 11 months supply. Supply is how we know exactly, that's kind of how we measure the amount of inventory that is on the market in home sales, meaning that if no other homes came on the market, what it would take for all those homes to sell. So that ranged from anywhere from 5 to 11 months supply during that time period. Right now, for the last 3 years, we've actually been under 5 months supply for the past 3 years. And recently, like right now in our current market, we are under 2 months supply, if not under 1 month supply in almost every price point in every area. And so that points you to kind of knowing that it is a true supply and demand thing. And just like with everything, supply and demand is basic economics. When you have a supply issue and you have a high demand, the prices are naturally going to increase. Number 2, the demand of home buying is real right now. Compared to the mid-2000s, when people were really just buying to buy because they're getting caught up in the buying frenzy and all these great things, and the mortgage companies got involved and they laxed on their how they were funding and how they were approving people for mortgages. Right now, there's a legitimate reason, a legitimate foundation why people want homes. The pandemic has caused people to look at home in a whole new way. People have more money in their bank accounts than they've ever had before. And the third reason why we're not in a current housing bubble is because right now, homeowners have a ton of equity in their homes. They're equity rich in those homes more than ever before. Right now, the research shows that over 56% of all households in the US actually have over 50% equity in their home. This is compared to, we'll revert back to the mid-2000s again, when the bubble burst at that time, where people had no equity in their home. They had leveraged their whole entire homes. They really couldn't even afford to buy the home. And so right now, with the equity people have in their home, even after the pandemic, even after if they're doing renovations on their home, stuff like that, they still have tons of equity left in their home after pulling out equity lines of credits to do certain things they need to. So if you have further questions of why we are or are not in a current housing bubble, I'd love to sit down with you, or love to set up a time to talk more about that, kind of go through what we're seeing out there, the differences between the last housing bubble burst and where we're at right now. But as always, if you'd love to talk more about the home buying and selling process as well, definitely reach out to us, and we'd love to set up a time to meet with you.